Welcome to Goa 24's special segment on women empowerment. Today we are here to break the taboo that says women are only meant to work at home. And today we are going to interact with one such personality who broke this taboo, chased her dreams, and set an example for many others. Today we have with us none other than the gorgeous, the talented Sonika Lotlikar.
Thank you. That's a lovely introduction.
Miss Sonika has been doing exceptional work as a news reporter. She has been featured in many short films. Also, she has been featured in feature film. Along with that, she has done incredible job at as a programming manager at Entertainment Society of Goa. Let us interact with her, find out more about her and her journey towards this. So, ma'am, you have been working in different sectors of media. So, how your journey has been? How it feels to pursue your dream?
To pursue my dream, actually, it wasn't really easy. Coming from a very conservative, mixed, modern family, my father was not really very keen on this career option, and it took me really a lot of time to actually tell them, convince them. But since they were not ready, then the first episode to run behind my dreams was to run away from home. So I attempted running away from home by when I was in 7th standard. Just decided that no, I will ask a friend to pick up a ticket on the a train ticket to Bombay, because I had got to know that Hrithik Roshan runs at the Marine Drive. So I was a big fan of Hrithik Roshan. I'm still a fan of Hrithik Roshan. So I decided I will take that ticket and I will go to Bombay. I will meet him at Marine Drive while I am running, and then I will tell him, please take me in Bollywood. But then I got caught, and that was not a very successful attempt. But then later, I started chasing my dreams by giving excuses at home that I'm going for basketball practices, but actually I would be going for auditions. So that is how I braked in my first a good space on television was for CID. And beyond that, everything started falling in place, and then I joined mass communication. I fooled my parents for a while that mass comm was a course, like an engineering course based on communication skills. And then it was nothing related to media. But then later, eventually, because of the assignments that I had to do, I told them, convinced them. Again, as I said, it was not really easy. But then, since it was I was always a passion driven person, I just made sure that I get what I want.
So, you seem more like a fighter who will do anything
Yes.
to get what you want.
Absolutely.
So, when you are working in, different sectors, and when you try to manage family and work, both the things, it becomes very stressful. So, how do you handle stress or burnout when it arises in your busy life?
I don't know whether this is going to sound like a joke or it's going to be convincing, but in my earlier days when I was stressed, I would act in front of a mirror. So, whatever frustration was there inside me, I would get it out in front of the mirror. And then later came TikTok, which was really a life savior for me. It was amazing. It was a stress buster in my life. So I started doing TikTok, and then I started doing reels, and I'm doing it. And if at all that doesn't help, then I think a little bit of that helps.
So, I think talking to mirror is something that most of us have done at least once in a life.
I'm very
For
sure
sure.
about that. Yes.
So, how do you manage your time efficiently, between work and family commitments? Because as a woman, we have a lot of responsibilities, not only at work, but even, at workplaces. Everything you have to manage. How do you manage your time?
See, it's very important that you make a timetable, and in order to make sure that there is a balance, you should be programmed yourself. So if I know there is some work I have to complete, I set a timeline for myself. And I think that is how it gets balanced. Plus, I have very supportive parents, and they are the ones who look after my child when I'm working outside. So, being from the media field, it was not very easy. So, I had to quit my job for a while, as in take a break, because my child was very small to be taken care of. But I think time is the best healer, as well as it will test you to a level where you can understand to what length you can go in life, and how you can be persistent if you want something. So all these things kind of played around me, and they helped me also. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, my supportive parents, my supportive siblings, and my co-workers also have been very supportive in understanding my situation, and balancing out, setting a timeline. These are the few things which I always work around, and that is how I set a balance. Yeah.
So when you are going outside working, so it becomes like, sometimes you tend to sacrifice some or the other thing. So what sacrifices do you make to manage your career and your personal life?
My God, there's a big list of sacrifices. It's like everyone in the media, especially with women involved in media, there are a lot of sacrifices, attached to it. I think the major sacrifice right now that I feel I'm doing is compromising the time I'm supposed to spend with my child over a job, because I know that this is also mandatory. At the same time, I'm losing on to some moments of his childhood. So, as a mother, I think this is the biggest sacrifice which comes in play. But as said, with sacrifices, you always tend to get a gift in return. You always have something that is there for you, and I'm sure that is on the way. And I don't think my kid is ever going to complain about me, because he knows what his mother has done, what she's going to do. And I hope that journey turns out to be a better one, understanding the type of sacrifices involved.
So you being a mother, you are managing your family, you are taking care of your job, everything at the same time. I think this is something all women should definitely admire, because a lot of time women tend to back off from their dreams. They think that okay, maybe it's time for me to take a break. Then but I think your story is definitely a motivation for them to know that no, we can still manage both. We just need to have a timetable and follow it. Definitely everyone should take note of this thing.
I'm really appreciating your idea of observation of this interview. Not many interviewers have this skill.
Thank you so much.
So, as belonging from the journalism field, also, um, you said that women have to be always motivated. It never comes like that. Sometimes you feel demotivated also. But now, how do you come out in that is only by keeping your focus point. That is, no, this is what I need to do, and that's it. Once you have a goal, you have a journey. If there is no goal, there is no journey. And I always believe, maybe women or men or a kid, nowadays even kids are working, if you don't have a program for your life, then there is absolutely no point in having a life. I can be just sitting, getting up, having my breakfast, going to sleep, taking a shower, whatever, eating, going to sleep again. I can continue living like that, or I can get up with a goal, finish my work for the day, do something different. And age is something which is very important. If they say age doesn't matter, it's a complete no for me. Age does matter. It is very, very important, because medically you may not be so fit at a certain point. So when you have the fitness in you, when you have the zeal in you, and obviously the motivation at this age is not as, strong at the later age. So it is very important that you work now. So even as a teacher with my students, I make sure I keep telling them, make the best use of this time, because you don't know. And certainly, if it is a tragic death, then I'm sorry, then though nothing can be done. So might as well, when you're living, only make the best of it. When your hands, your legs are working, make the best of it.
I think I'm definitely gonna listen to what you said, cause managing your time properly and being active at the same time is something really important, because we
Right.
don't realize it when we are young, but in the later time we definitely start having issues with that.
Yes.
And having that goal that okay, I have to finish this amount of work in this day is something I'm definitely gonna do from now onwards, cause it's really helps you to sort your things and balance out the things.
Right.
So thank you so much for answering these questions and definitely sharing your personal experiences, because we always learn when somebody gives their personal experiences.
Right.
Bookish knowledge we get from anywhere.
There is something else, I would like to add since you spoke about women. I always think that, somehow there is this factor called jealousy, which is in the industry, any industry. I think if we eliminate that part and we start focusing on what we are good at or what we are bad at, and, start getting ourselves on the right path, I think that would be much better for your personal growth. So there is one thing that I always eliminated from my life was jealousy. I always looked for somebody who I can share my knowledge with, and I can make sure that the person just comes up or at least gets into a finesse level to how I can criticize or bring that person to that certain kind of a level. So it's very important, even when you're staying, like, if you want to feel motivated, you should also be motivating people. You cannot be waiting for self appraisal all the time, which is one really major issue in the industry, which I will conclude this question with, is that everyone thinks that, men are so good at this, so good at that, and there is a lot of appraisal given, which is unfortunately the truth. We speak about gender equality, we speak about being a feminist. Right now, though, after every actor and everyone in the industry has spoken about feminism and what it means, it is pretty much clear. But then, is it really practiced? Even the small scale industries are talking about, no, it is, it is women's work to do this, it is men's work to do this. Even after women proving to that level, this is happening. Workplaces, there is inequality in terms of gender. The male probably workers are given more appraisals than the females, and the females are given a little bit of more sympathy than the men. So what is this happening? What is this equality? What is the kind of motivation we are setting for each other? To progress, it has to be together, it has to be a team. It cannot be like, single working. So I would just add to this thing, since we were speaking about motivating and empowering women, I speak about empowering each other.
So, just because you spoke about equality at work, so you have worked in this industry for a very long time.
Yeah.
How actually the women are treated and how men are treated? With your personal experience, what would you like to say about it?
If I make a statement right now, it will be very controversial. The men are really treated very badly. Especially, I'm talking about the technical staff involved in the production. They are treated like chappal. Really chappal. And the females are not treated like princess, but then not even treated like chappal. They're somewhere in between. I'm talking about the production line. Till now, the females are not paid as better as, the actors. Why? Because actors do action scenes, even though some actresses have proven that they can do better. But it is going to go on. It is the way it is, and nobody, I think, is going to give any shits about it, because everyone has adjusted. Okay, 9 crore is fine to work with. It's okay. It's helping me buy a new apartment somewhere, helping me buy my makeup. So I'm pretty much good.
So, I think what you spoke, through this we come to know that nobody else is going to stand up for us. Nobody is going to stand up just because you are women. We have to stand for ourselves.
Absolutely right.
And this is a message to all the women out there. If you're watching this, know that whatever is the situation, be it your career, your family, your dreams, you have to take stand for yourself. Nobody is going to do it for you.
No, I think you should recorrect yourself, Tanya. You should say this word goes out to everyone. If you want to come up in life, you have to look for yourself. If there is something wrong, you say it is wrong and don't go with the flow because it is a part of the system. If there is a pothole on the road, it's bothering you every day, your tires are getting screwed, your shock absorbers have gone for a toss. You speak to the person you've elected. You don't say, oh, there are so many potholes, like one auntie in the mohalla keep complaining, and then not do anything about it. So for that, you need to speak for yourself, right?
Yes, definitely.
So it is about, since we speak about gender equality, let us make it about empowering each other more than empowering women.
Yes, so whenever, whatever we want to do, don't wait for somebody else to come and speak for you. Do it for yourself. Empower yourself. So, this was a really interactive and very nice discussion. I think we are having it's more like a discussion rather than an interview. And I'm really liking how you're responding very genuinely, sharing all your personal experiences, having all the expertise in this field. So let's do a quick rapid fire.
Oh my
It's
god.
going to be fun.
Okay.
So, who is your role model and why?
My role model slash my role models, each and everyone coming in my life teaches me something new. A young kid, an old man, middle aged woman, or someone in the market I meet. Everyone has a story, everyone has something to tell, and everyone is struggling. Just that we have a different kind of a success story. They have a little small scale and untouched or unspoken story. So every person in my life has inspired me. So I don't have just one, but I have a lot of role models. And it starts with my mother and it ends with n number of people that I meet. In fact, right now you are also my role model.
I think this is very inspiring because somewhat I also believe the same that we meet a lot of people, different people in throughout the journey of our life.
Right.
Not everybody stays, but definitely we remember something about somebody. Maybe some person we saw on the road beside the street, maybe some fruit seller just selling fruit, something we learn something from each one of this. I think so the hard working they are, maybe how somebody is trying to not beg but make efforts, do something. It's everything around us is actually inspiring. We just need to have that perspective to see these things.
Absolutely right.
So, what's one obstacle women commonly face at workplace according to you?
I think we just had like a big conversation, so let's make it just a little bit rapid. It's of course the gender inequality.
So, what is the biggest misconception about gender inequality?
Biggest is that women are fighting for their rights, and it's about why they want to do this. There are certain things they can't do. We already know about it. There are certain things we can't do. That's why we are designed as a male and a female. But then I think the misconception is, oh, female, papa ki pari, and all these things which have just come up. Oh, it's a lady driver or a rider. But the same thing, a man does, nobody speaks about it. People will be like, Asure Babado Zanto, he's an old man. Or it's okay, maybe some mistake, he's a young man. But for females, we are like targeted. We'll be like, oh my god, it is her, she's the one who's. So that is something that I feel that, has to be eradicated. But everyone's thinking will go the same direction as the way media possesses a greater space in everyone's life. And if you are going to make like publicity of such things, then it is going to continue happening.
I think we need to normalize that, let people do whatever they want.
Right.
Maybe a makeup artist can be a male. It's not necessary that only a female has to be a makeup artist.
Now we have, I think, in fact, to tell
Exactly.
you, 90% of the makeup artists are male.
Exactly. But in a previous time, it was like, what? This person is not having a job. What is he doing? These taboos,
Yeah.
we used to see these
Yeah.
stereotypes around. And I think we need to normalize that. Let people do whatever they like. Let's normalize this thing. A woman can be a great bike rider. It's not necessary that only a man can be a good rider.
Right.
And I think this is what we all need to understand and just accept it. So,
This
you
is
have.
certainly not becoming rapid round. This is becoming like an interview question only. Yeah?
So, yeah, that's what. But we just having getting more details from you.
Okay.
It's just the rapid fire is the
Rapidly?
name. Yeah.
Acha.
So, how do you see the role of women evolving in the media industry as you have seen this phase? So, would you like to tell something about it?
If I compare myself when I was in the industry, I think it has really evolved in a very massive way. People are getting to know what is their worth, and so they are demanding. And if they are not okay because of public demand, somehow the directors and the producers are forced and bound to have their rates and whatever conditions that they put. So I feel that it has been really massive. The change is very good, going for the better. In fact, forget about now male and female. Now the question is about the third gender and the fourth gender. Now they are fighting. Now I feel it is their evolution. I think females are still coming up to a level where, it's equal.
So you have worked in like different sectors of this industry.
Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of working in media?
Acting will always be my favorite. It's my first and last love towards my career. I have been extremely passionate. I have been doing mimicry since I was 3 and 4. And my favorite part about this was, um, I thought for a while that maybe this line is not for me, so I'm not getting into the right scope of, getting as the main face. But now I'm surprised that, at this point when I'm a little bit handicapped because I have a baby and some time commitments, still I'm getting a role, and we are doing a good film now where I'm the protagonist, and probably out of 30 my screen time is 29, which is a good thing.
Congratulations to you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you. So it is like a big jump from, I always say, nothing to something. So I was always up for acting. It has been my passion. And I will also share one more thing. So I used to be doing really good mimicry of Asha Bhosle ji.
So
And
would
I
you
would,
like to do it because you spoke about mimicry? So I think one
I am
dialogue to banta
I
hi
am
hai.
so sorry about this thing. I will not be able to do it right now because I have a very bad cold. Otherwise I would have certainly done it. But this was something that I wanted to just share. So Asha Bhosle has been my biggest inspiration to a level where there are 3 sisters. It's Usha, Asha, Lata. So I used to say I'm Nirasha Bhosle. Out of the three sisters, I'm the fourth one who is Nirasha. Why Nirasha? Because I used to be doing this mimicry, and only my siblings and people around me would be like, you're really good at it, really good at it. Till the time I actually met Asha Bhosle ji at a conference, and I told her that I have been famous during my college time, for your mimicry. And she said, Acha, then please do it for me. And in front of just normal public with her drivers and her bodyguards and everyone, I got an opportunity to sing in front of her. And all she did was she laughed, she looked at me and she said, till now nobody has done it better than you. And she blessed me. So, that was my whole. I was so happy. I was so happy that I could do this in front of her because she has been the biggest inspiration. Meeting her just randomly for a conference and then performing her to her was a big deal for me.
I think whenever we meet our role models or the people that we admire a lot, and when we get to hear some compliment from them, it's like a biggest accomplishment for
Yes,
all of us.
absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with this.
So, as you have worked in this industry, people who are aspiring to work in this industry, what piece of advice would you like to give them?
Okay. There are lots of ups which will take you high up, and there are too many lows. Too many lows and blows below your belt also. Make sure if you are really persistent and passionate about something to do in life, nothing stops you. I say nothing, which means also your parents, your kids, your husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, grandparents, relatives, neighbors, anybody. Make sure the fire in you never falls weak or is blown off. So it is very important for you to be so passion driven, head on, that you are going to do it. That's it. So my message to all these youngsters who will just get disappointed with one criticism here and there and then just shy off and say, oh, I'm not good at it. No, this could be a stepping stone towards success. So make sure that you work towards it and not against it. That is my only message. And please make sure you make the best use of your time. I keep saying that. So yeah.
I think we should not limit ourselves to anything. Maybe the criticism that we receive, we should take it positively
Positively.
and learn something from it. Keep working on ourselves and keep doing better. I
Right.
think there is no limit to learning and improving.
Right.
So we can keep getting better.
Absolutely.
I think you are truly setting, inspiration for so many people out there. This episode was supposed to be for empowering women, but I think you are empowering everybody watching this episode.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we are glad that you answered all these questions honestly, without hesitating, and sharing your personal experiences. You being a mother of a small child, you did not limit yourself to certain extents, but you tried to manage both the things. This is truly commendable.
Thank
And we
you.
wish that you achieve more success, and we are definitely eager to watch your film, and we are waiting for it. So please let us know when it's coming. I
Definitely.
think everyone watching this will be eager too. We are obliged to have you here, and thank you so much for sharing your thoughtful insights with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, definitely. We would like to have this more sessions with you. We would like to know more things from you. But I think we have time limit, and
Yes.
that's it for today. So that's all in today's special segment. We are going to come up with such more exciting, inspiring personalities. Until then, keep dreaming, keep inspiring. Thank you.